What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Madden 13 video. Please do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, of course. Appreciate your criticism in the comments section, and as always, ask you to follow me on Twitter. My username is ShutdownSafety. I have a Madden 25 video for you today, and I want to talk about why, personally, I'm not falling into the quote-unquote hype train of Madden 25. Because, frankly, what I'm seeing come down the road is images of running cuts, jukes, spins, and to me, while those are all well and good, and certainly no one would be against better control of a halfback or a runner, the fact of the matter is, until we can see a different fundamental approach from a defensive perspective, you're not going to have a better playing game or a more simulation football experience. So I want to open this up to a challenge to the people at the Sim Standard, to the people at E3, to the people at EA Sports. You know, this may not be what you want to fill your trailers with, but this is what the sim heads, quote-unquote, want to see. As a simulation player, this is what I care about, and these are the differences I'd like to see in a game, because without it, it really doesn't matter what the jukes or the spins or the cuts look like. So we're going to take a look at this at speed, then we're going to go back and look at some of the flaws on this outside run, and I'll just take a brief second to note, you know, these orange uniform bears, I don't understand. This is not an NFL uniform. Why these are in the game is far beyond me. But I'm going to take a second here to count this out, and we're going to stop at hopefully around 3 seconds. Take a look at what occurs. So we've got 1 1000, 2 1003. So probably a little forgiving in the counting section, but I want to talk about an outside run. What we think of an outside run, what you would assume would occur on an outside run, what's most important. To me, when you think about those things, you think about an outside angle of attack. So we're going to talk about blocks that are going to be held. We're going to talk about second level blocking, things that would factor into the success that might not be as imperative on an inside run where your running back can hit the gap in the line, and then if the offensive lineman tends to release, it's okay, because in many cases the defensive tackle or lineman is not going to be able to run down the field and catch back up to the running back unless it's invaded by other defensive players he has to get around. So when we go back here and we take a look, it's important to note that there's one interaction here, and it just happens to be with my corner that I'm controlling, where a player is being held and blocked. And this extends itself all the way back to the wide receiver and cornerback. This is the fundamental problem with Madden and outside runs. And I want you to notice that there actually is a nice little juke here that Matt Forte does. And yes, it's clipping, yes, it's shifting, but I don't mind that. I mean, it's a nice little juke. It's at a practically appropriate time. Might be a little ill-timed, and when he was trying to get around, maybe could have cut a little sooner, but it's all well and good from that perspective. Now, the other thing we talked about, second-level blocking. I want you to just notice, as we look down the line, there is 0 second-level blocking on this play. Not by a fullback, not by a tight end, not by a wide receiver. No one goes out to the second level to block. All my defensive players actually pursue down to the ball carrier. Now, again, it doesn't matter if my defense isn't predicated on speed. It doesn't matter the offense that I'm playing against. It doesn't matter the players. Because the fact of the matter is, 2 of the key foundations of outside runs are not being respected here. As a matter of fact, when Spaeth has an opportunity to go block at the second level, you can see he comes off a nice little chip block, and I like that. But his objective here is to second level block out to Cam Chancellor. However, a lot of times in Madden, it seems like the artificial intelligence wants to override football procedures. So rather than going out to the second level to block, he understands that Matt Forte is behind him 10 yards, and he's going to run in line with Forte for some reason, because the game must feel that that's the best way to achieve a block. And obviously, as you can see, what essentially happens is Cam Chancellor is just that much faster than the tight end. He's put himself in terrible position to make this block. He gets ran right past, and Chancellor aids in about 3 other Cardinals making a tackle back here. So again, to me, these are the things that we need to see changed. You know, this is what's going to create a more simulation football experience, better gameplay in my opinion, and things that we don't see coming out of EA. So I'd like to see the people that have put themselves in those positions to have that access show us that these things are being worked on and being improved. I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this. I appreciate you taking time to watch an extended video, and of course I'll be back in the week with more content.